Tupac Shakur, one of the greatest voices in hip-hop history. His words cut deep, his passion unmatched, and his legacy untouchable. But what happens when a legend dies too soon, leaving behind music that's unfinished? How do producers complete songs when the artist is no longer in the studio? Today, we peel back the curtain on Tupac's posthumous tracks, the ones that sound like Tupac, but were finished after his death. Was it all really him? Or is there more to the story? Tupac's death and the rise of posthumous albums. In September 1996, Tupac was tragically killed, leaving behind a vault of unreleased recordings, demos, verses, and unfinished songs. The music industry saw a treasure trove, but also a huge challenge: how to release new Tupac music without him being there to finish it. These tracks weren't always straightforward. Many were incomplete, missing verses or rough recordings. Producers had to get creative, layering vocals, rearranging verses, and sometimes adding background vocals or ad-libs to fill the gaps. Take the legendary song Changes. Originally a rough demo from 1992,
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being born, even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch.
It was later polished with a Bruce Hornsby sample and crisp production for its 1998 posthumous release. The vocals? Pure Tupac, but carefully enhanced and rearranged. But here's where the story gets really interesting and controversial. Suge Knight, Tupac's former bodyguard and the infamous CEO of Death Row Records, once dropped a cryptic bombshell about how some of Tupac's posthumous songs were completed. When asked how they managed to release so many songs after Tupac's death, Suge gave a chilling answer: "We had to bring in other artists to finish Tupac's tracks. Sometimes Tupac hadn't laid down every verse, so we got creative. We had people who could sound like him, like clones of Tupac, to fill in the gaps." Clones of Tupac? Vocal doubles? It sounds like something out of a sci-fi thriller. But what exactly was Suge admitting to? Was there really someone behind the scenes, rapping in Tupac's voice to complete unfinished songs? The whispers became reality when a former Death Row engineer, Rick Clifford, stepped forward. In an interview, Clifford confirmed what many fans had suspected: that a rapper named Tha Realest, known for sounding almost exactly like Tupac, was brought in to lay vocals on unfinished tracks.
Everybody know the done is the fucking boss. Ain't no top secrets in the death of hiding dead bodies. Keep your mouth closed and never ever tell nobody, or you'll be murdered. Get a native.
Tha Realest didn't just rap like Tupac. He sounded so much like him that even close listeners couldn't always tell the difference. And according to Clifford, Death Row used that.
Then it got worse. Then they had this guy, Tha Realest. They definitely wanted me back in the picture because I record everybody the same. As soon as I put my miking technique on Tha Realest, guy sounds exactly like Tupac.
If a clean radio edit was needed, Tha Realest recorded it. And in the Unconditional Love video, it was Tha Realest standing in Tupac's place, lip-syncing to Pac's voice, performing as if he were still alive. Some fans saw it as a tribute, others saw it as deception. Online forums lit up. Was Suge Knight's cloned comment metaphorical, or was he being literal? Was Tha Realest a stand-in, or something more, a secret weapon used to keep Tupac's voice alive? Outlaw's member Edie Mean later addressed the controversy. He admitted Tha Realest caught a lot of criticism, but said the intention was never to deceive, only to finish the music Tupac started. No AI, no holograms, just a man with a voice so close to Tupac's, it blurred the line between reality and resurrection. In the end, the truth is complicated. Some tracks were finished with care, others with compromise. But one thing remains clear: to keep Tupac's legacy alive, they were willing to do whatever it took, even if it meant replacing the man with a voice that sounded just like him. So what's the truth behind Tupac's posthumous legacy? Genius, manipulation, or something in between? We may never know exactly how deep the rabbit hole goes. But one thing's for sure, Tupac's voice never really died. It echoes through every beat, every verse, every soul still listening. Whether it was him on the mic or someone who carried his spirit, the message lived on. And maybe that's what really mattered. This is Rap Theater. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Was it right to finish Tupac's songs this way, or did it cross the line? Until next time, the story continues. But before we go, let's hear from the man who was once called Tupac's vocal twin. Here's Tha Realest, speaking on the legacy of the legend himself.
What's up, big dog? What's up? How y'all doing? Thanks for having me on the platform.
Yes,
Thank you for being here.
All right, so before we start, man, on Monday, the 16th, that's Pac's birthday. Tell us, like, what it means to you, what Pac means to you.
Oh, man, you know, Pac to me, man, that's the homie, man. He banged that East Side mob with us, man. He the greatest to ever touch the mic, in my opinion.
Me too.
In our opinion.
That's my opinion. Everybody had their best artists, but to me, that's just my opinion. You know, he did a lot, trailblazers for hip hop. So every year on the 16th, man, since he passed, you know, we try to celebrate and go up for him, and you know, just keep his memory alive, man. Good spirits, man. We think about the good, not the bad.
Right.
Just celebrate, man. You know, listen to his music, get a couple of ice cold beers. You know, I don't smoke weed no more. So, you know, I just still celebrate him, man. You know, get together with a few of his homeboys, and you know,
nice.
Celebrate him and keep his legacy alive.
All right, so listen, give me what's your Pac's favorite album?
My Pac's favorite album is Me Against the World. Man, it wasn't too many features. It was just more him in depth. He, you know, just had Richie Rich on there, and he had the Outlaws.
Right.
Yeah.
So besides them, you know, R&B singer here and there, but it was just a more impact. You get to go through somebody's mind, their whole mindset. He was going through a lot during that time. So
yeah.
And you know, he introduced Drum Cycle on there, which became the
Outlaws. Exactly.
Road Dog. You know, it was a real good record, 1 through 15, man. It was a powerful record. You got to see the depths, the highs he took off, and you know.
That's my best, man.
One of my favorite records on there is It Ain't Easy Being Me. You know what I mean? He says a whole lot in that record.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
When we get done with all this, play It Ain't Easy.
Yeah.
He says a whole lot, man. He said, "Lady been reminiscing about peppermint snaps and junior high hit the blocks, getting high." You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right.
Project Me Without a Conscience. I'm having dreams. It's a whole lot of shit in that record.
He did.
You know what I mean? I was only 17 when I started serving fiends, and I wish it was another way to stack a dollar.
My
So I'm
Impala.
because these hard times make me want to holler. Will I live to see tomorrow? Am I falling off? I hit the weed and proceed and say, fuck all of y'all. Ain't nobody there with me. I'm thugging. Now, can you hear somebody say this? I can't go home because motherfuckers think I'm bugging. You know what I mean? You know, you go outside, you don't want to go back home because your family think you tripping. You know what I mean? Mindset, thugging, you know what I mean? You drinking, you smoking with your homies. So you don't want to go home because your people think you tripping.
Right.
Yeah.
You just that record. It's deep. It's deep into your emotions. It's a good record.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of my most favorite records.